Hi, I'm Amy Johnson with the City of Moultrie, and as promised, we want to update our residents of what's going on with the efforts to make our citizens safe and be informed of things going on with Hurricane Michael. And with me right now is Danny Ward, Public Works Director, Chief of Police Sean Latson, and our Utility Director Elvira Gibson. All three of these fine folks have been working for days and hours to make sure that our citizens are safe. And we're going to start with Danny. We talked with Danny earlier about the sandbags. And Danny, do you have any sandbags left?
Still have sandbags. We're giving them out at the City Surface Center, 1108 1st Street Northeast. We'll be giving them out until 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. Can't say we may have any tomorrow, depending on the hurricane. We may not be able to hand them out. If we can, they'll be starting at 7:30 a.m. So if you need any sandbags, come today before 8 p.m. You need to be a City of Moultrie resident and bring a proof of residency.
All right, let's talk quickly. We're getting a lot of phone calls and a lot of social media questions about their garbage. If their garbage is scheduled to pick up on Wednesday, what can the residents expect?
Due to the hurricane, we will not be picking up residential garbage on Wednesday. Do not put your carts out. Plans are, if the hurricane moves on out, we'll be able to pick up Wednesdays and Thursdays route beginning Thursday, and then may go into Friday. I also need to recommend, don't put anything out that may be could be airborne with the high winds. Secure everything you may have in your yard, on your porches.
That's right. That includes rocking chairs, pots that you have your plants in. Any of those could easily turn into objects flying through the air and could cause more damage than the wind itself. So, all right, Sean, we want to talk to you. You've been working diligently with the Sheriff's Department and trying to make sure that our residents are safe and planning for this. What do you want to tell our residents on what's going on?
Right now, we have been coordinating with the Cobb County Sheriff's Office. Our plan is to start a curfew at 12 a.m. Tonight. That will go into 12 p.m. tomorrow, and then at that point, me and Sheriff Howell will reassess and decide if we're going to plan to extend the curfew or enact another curfew. My biggest thing is the potential for the bans, and the severe weather is here to start this evening, so I would advise people to go ahead and shelter wherever you're going to shelter. Once it gets dark, whether it's your residence or, if you don't feel comfortable at your residence, you're going to go somewhere else, get there, get off the roadway, and just stay where you're at.
So stay off the roads.
That's right.
And I know you mentioned earlier that people want to get out and see the damage. They want to see what things look like, but don't do that.
No, and that's just natural. If you've been stuck in the house and it's been bad weather, you're going to want to get out. You might have, power loss, or you want to check your yard, and that's fine, but I would advise not to get on the roadway. Utilities and Public Works, as well as Public Safety, is going to be out. They're going to be trying to get your power up. They're going to be getting trees off the roadway. If the storm comes through and it's at night, there's going to be crews out there doing what they can to get the city back up and running, and it's just not going to be a safe place to be.
Right.
So when the storm passes, I would advise to take a little time to stay where you're at as well.
Okay. Elvira, unfortunately, we're expecting power outages. Could be for hours, it could be for days. And what do you think we're going to expect? What can you expect?
We are going to have some power outages. We do anticipate there will be a lot of down power lines, a lot of trees that are falling, possibly some transformers that are brought to the ground. We do ask that you do remain safe. We ask that you stay away from all down power lines. Report them to the utilities office at either 229-668-6000, or you can call the City of Moultrie PD 985-3131, or you can also report that to 911 if you see any arcing or sparking or something that needs immediate response. But again, we'd like you to stay safe as much as possible. Try to avoid the area and just get it reported.
Okay, unfortunately, we probably will have some power lines that snap, poles that snap, as we've had in the past, and sometimes you walk up on it and you can't see it, especially at night. So that's why it's important to stay off the road.
Yes.
And if there is fire on the ground, which I saw it last year for the first time in our storm last year. It happens and it catches things on fire.
It certainly can happen. We do have protected devices on the line that hopefully will come into play, and they will disconnect the power, but never assume that any power line that is down is inactive or that it does not have live electricity flowing through it.
So if the power is out with a City of Moultrie resident, they need to call 668-6000. And if you see a burning line on the ground, you can call 911 because that would be considered an emergency. But you really want to keep the 911 lines open, right, Sean? Power outages really
and stuff. Well, you're going to have a surge of calls regardless if it's emergency or non-emergency. If there's a tree across the roadway or power lines down, I would say go ahead, if you need to, go ahead and call 911. We're going to be there. The sheriff's office is setting up a dispatch for the county so they can take an influx of calls. We're doing the same thing, as well as Elvira mentioned, with the police department, so you can call all 3 locations for non-emergency and emergency.
Okay. And Elvira, we have a great lineman crew, but there's only so many of them, so you're bringing in resources from outside of Moultrie, and we're very grateful for that.
We do. We have secured at least 4 crews at this time. A crew can be anywhere from 2 men to 4 men, so we're looking at about a dozen or more linemen coming specifically to help the City of Moultrie.
Oh, that's really great. So thank you to who you are, and hopefully we'll get to see you later. But Danny, let's talk about real quick the trees over the roads. Your guys are the ones that's going to be cutting those trees out of the road.
Yes, anybody that notices a tree down, and if there's a power line in it, need to call utilities. If it's just a tree down in the road, call Public Works at 668-5423, or water over the road, call Public Works also.
Okay, that's a lot of information. We're going to come back and update you later, but thanks for watching, and stay tuned to either our Facebook or our website, which is www.moultriega.com, and go to the news tab, and we'll be back to see you later.